What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dice House for another DC Universe Online video. Today we're going to talk about the basics of tanking and how you can be the guy in your groups that takes the beatings that others would never be able to survive. As the tank, your sole purpose is to maintain enemy NPC hate or aggro so that the enemies are attacking you instead of controllers, healers, and DPS. Part of your arsenal as a tank that allows you to do this are several powers for each tank power that can pull enemies close to you, keep them close to you, or powers that you can use at range that attract enemies to you or to attack you from where they are. Stats important to the tank role start with dominance. Dominance is the key stat used to increase your tanking stats such as defense and health whenever you are using a tanking power. Defense and health are, of course, very important stats to gain, with restoration being a minor stat for some tanking powers and a very important one for others. All of these stats can be increased through gaining better tank gear, but they can also be increased through R&D mods and especially gaining as many skill points as you can. It is important to note that the amount of dominance you have has no effect on the amount of aggro you can gain. Ice tanks are known for their high defense abilities, having their defense increased whenever they use a power according to how much dominance they have. Ice also has access to several powers that add shields that absorb damage, as well as access to their ice armor when 5 chill effects have been stacked, making them very durable tanks. Fire tanks are known for their high health buff and ability to self-heal large portions of the damage they receive. This makes the health stat and restoration stats almost equally important to the dominance stat for fire, as well as increasing crit heal chance and magnitude. It's important to note that the heals they receive from healer powers are also increased, making fire arguably one of the best tanks in the game. Earth tanks are similar to ice tanks in regards to having a high defense abilities with a shield power available to them. But they also have the ability, through their aftershock mechanic, to absorb damage rather than simply have it directly applied. Earth is also the only tank power that utilizes a pet named Brick, which can be used to shift damage the player receives onto the pet instead. These two different ways of tanking make Earth a very diverse and strong tanking power. Rage tanks are slightly similar to fire in that their greatest buff through the dominance stat is their health. In fact, rage tanks can exponentially increase their health based on how many enemies they have near them, making them extremely durable against large groups of enemies. On top of this, rage tanks have powers that will allow them to also immediately heal back all damage they receive for a short time, provided they do not rage crash, causing them to instantly take all the damage they previously received. This, along with Rage's health buff, make Rage tanks very reliable tanks for content that has many enemies and NPCs to deal with. Atomic tanks are somewhat unique tanks as they have a slight mixture of other tank abilities. Through their dominance stat, they receive a defense buff and have a shield similar to ice. But while their aura is activated, they can absorb some damage that comes in and, through another power, are able to self-heal slightly. Through comboing some of its powers, Atomic is able to maintain high defensive stats and damage absorption while also being able to deal damage in the process, making Atomic a powerful and effective battle tank power for the experienced player. As mentioned before, an essential power for all tanks to have available to them is a power that pulls adds closer to them. Powers like Ice's Inescapable Storm, Fire's Backdraft, Earth's Epicenter and Earthen Grip, Rage's Without Mercy and Ragebringer, Atomic's Atom Splitter and Atomic Reorganization, and even the iconic power Mesmerizing Lasso are great powers for attracting and pulling enemies close to you and keeping them grouped up. Other powers that are essential for tanks are those that complement their individual buffs. Ice's Cold Snap and Reflect provide shields to direct damage back on enemies, while granting chill effects that will activate its ice armor, while Shatter Restraints and Winter Ward provide immunity to control effects for the entire group, but also reflect damage taken. Fire's Stoke Flames provides a large self-heal, while Burnout and Burning Determination provide self-heals and immunity to control effects for the group. Earth's Gemstone Shield gives a shield but also applies aftershock effects to absorb damage, while Soothing Sands provides immunity to control effects to the entire group, and Fortified Golem shields Brick and increases his effectiveness. Rage's Relentless Anger and Severe Punishment activate the Rage ability to instantly heal back damage, while powers like Dreadful Blast, Outrage, or Eviscerating Chain can be used to cancel the Rage Crash, while powers like Ferocity and Ire can be used to provide immunity to control effects to the group. For Atomic, when you combo Atom Splitter 3 times and activate Proton Remedy, it will activate your aura that provides control resistance and damage absorption. Proton Remedy also provides a small heal over time when your aura is activated, while Density provides a shield that absorbs damage, and Neutrino Blast provides an immunity to control effects for the group. At times, especially during difficult boss fights, it may be important that you change your main aggro power to a single taunt power available to each tank power. Frost Knight for Ice, Fireball for Fire, Stone for Earth, Rage Blast for Rage, and Atomic's Particle Beam all serve this purpose, as well as work as a more powerful tank taunt power that can be useful for separating a boss from adds when there is more than one tank. Other methods of tanking involve position so the boss is facing away from the other group members, can help greatly in preventing them from taking damage during battles. But the most important power a tank has at their disposal is the ability to block. Blocking increases your defense, which decreases the amount of damage that you take, so don't be afraid to use that block button when you're taking a lot of damage. Anyways, those are some of the basics you need to know as far as it comes to the tanking abilities and powers and all that in the game. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked the video, please do so. Give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Until next time, though, you guys all take care. Bye.